6 o'clock. Looks like one person's here with us. We'll wait a few minutes and see if we can get a few more people on. And I'm sorry about the reflection. Hello, Mother. My mama's on. I'm sorry about the reflection, guys. I'm sure you've noticed it in my full videos and probably some of my shorts. The camera is messed up. You're not imagining. I truly do have 4 hands. I'm just kidding. I actually don't, but it makes it look like I do. See? 4 hands. That'd be nice, though. That's every mother's dream and wish to have 4 hands, I would assume. We're going to see if a few more people pop up. I hope they do. There we go. 4 people. Hey! Happy Sunday to you as well. How are you all doing? I just seen a short that y'all posted about looked like a camp out. That was super duper fun. I like your all's channel. I watch quite a few shorts and try to watch some videos. And y'all, happy to see you too. I'm so glad you're here. How's your son doing? I watched quite a few of your videos, family trails, and you all seem a lot similar to us. Y'all probably get to do a lot more than we do, it looks like, but seems like we have the same interests. I really like your channel. I hope that it grows big and wonderful for you all. I hope everybody's doing okay. I'll tell you guys. So I was gonna do a short Saturday. Thank you. I was gonna do a short Saturday, and I thought I'd been planning it all week. I even told Andy. I said I think I'm gonna do a short on Saturday, and that was like Sunday night, and the weather has been so just yucky. He's okay, still in the UK. That's wonderful. The weather is just so yucky outside and so gross, and there was no way that I could do a short outside, and so I just kind of gave up on it. And then today I decided to come home early from the farm. Andy and little bit still out there, but I decided to come home early, and so I thought, well, I guess now's better time than any, so we're going to do a short, and hopefully a few people will start trickling in here. I noticed the sweetest thing today, guys. I noticed the sweetest thing. Okay, so as some of you all know, or if you've watched any of our recent videos, we have been working to breed the rabbits again. And Miss Pipsqueak is a younger rabbit. She's 6 months old, and this is her first breeding, which if you watch the video, the rabbit breeding video, and I've talked about it different times that this would be her first breeding. And so, after I bred her, she was mad at me. She stayed mad at me for like 2 weeks. She acted like she was mad at me, and I thought, well, maybe I should have just waited to breed her, maybe I should have just waited, but then she just got over it. And I don't know if, I've heard of goats having morning sickness and just kind of being grumpy and droopy and stuff, but I've never heard of rabbits having morning sickness, so I wasn't sure if that's what it was. But I think, looking back, I think that she wasn't mad at me, she just didn't feel good. And so, I bred her. She acted like she was mad at me, or acted like she didn't feel good, and I wondered if this was a good idea. And so anyways, she was full size, and for those of you that don't know, I have a firm rule that I will not breed a doe unless they're at least 6 months of age. Because if you breed a doe, in my opinion, before 6 months of age, you're just asking for trouble. And so anyways, all this to say, I came in, and we have just got a new rabbit hutch. Somebody, Lord bless them, gave us a really nice, a really high quality rabbit hutch. my husband was working, and this guy was like, "Hey, do you want this?" And he told him yes, obviously. It's got a few pieces missing and things like that, but it's really high quality, and the pieces that are missing we can fix. And so I was moving stuff around and just standing in the area where my rabbits are, or most of my rabbits are at, and I was thinking how I needed to move this around. And this is a bigger hut, and so, anyways, I'm still rambling on. So, anyways, I go into the area where they're at, and I'm looking at the rabbits, and I'm thinking, well, where do I need to move this one, or this place or that place? And I started looking, and little Pipsqueak was laying down. And if you haven't seen a rabbit lay down, they kind of lay like a cat or a dog will, and they just kind of lay out. Well, she was laying out, and her little belly is so big. I told Andy, I said, this is my first baby having babies out of the rabbits, and so the first one that we've raised up. And so I'm a grandma. I'm a grandma. And so I'm just so excited. See, our other doe, our main doe that I've always just bred, um, she's a big doe anyways, and if you've seen any of our videos and stuff, she's a big doe. And so she's fat and large, and so, I don't know, she just hides the babies better. The last time that she had the babies, or the last time she was pregnant, she kept me waiting for 6 days. And I kept picking her up and like feeling her belly and like, oh, is she pregnant or is she not pregnant? She was playing games with my mind. And then she was 6 days late. And so I thought, well, maybe she's not pregnant. So I can't hardly ever tell when that doe was pregnant. But Pipsqueak, I could tell today she was laying out, and she was so fat. And I told Andy, I said, I'm a grandma. My husband was in a bad car wreck yesterday, me and Jim. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He'll be in our thoughts and our prayers. I hate that. God bless him. You just seen it. Well, thank you for popping in, Chastity. But anyways, so I'm a grandma, and my baby rabbit is having babies. I hope that everything works out. I hope that she's a good mama, and um, losses are always expected, but I hope that she doesn't. I hope that she doesn't have. I hope that she can make it through this pregnancy and don't have any stillbirths and don't have any losses. Or I hope that she decides to take care of the babies, because it is really, really extremely hard um, to raise baby rabbits. And on top of that, the last time I had to do that, I had to raise one single rabbit, and I feel like that just makes it even more hard, just raising one single rabbit by themselves. I was telling Cassidy, I think, who's having babies? I missed it. Pipsqueak the rabbit, Cassidy, is going to be having babies. Well, actually, I checked the date today, and their predicted date for both the girls, because I bred them both the same day, is November 11th. So just in a few weeks, Cass, I'm going to be a grandma. That's what I was saying. Oh, rabbits. Yeah. What I was saying, Cassidy, is my baby rabbits are having babies now. Well, my one baby rabbit is having babies now, and I'm super duper excited about it. I hope everything goes well. Family Trails is getting a good kick out of it, anyways. Also, on other news, do you all remember Wilbur, the white albino rabbit? Well, the white albino rabbit Wilbur has found a new home now. So just so happened, I seen a post on one of those Facebook things. It was like rabbits, and a girl was looking for a Flemish giant. And Wilbur is a Flemish giant New Zealand cross. And I told her, I said, I have a Flemish giant New Zealand cross. He's super sweet. And as you all know, or y'all probably know, I handle my rabbits. Like, most of the time, as soon as they're born, if I'm there, after she has all her babies, and even sometimes before she's had all her babies. Well, I think one time, her very first litter, Miss Clover's litter, I did too much. But after they're born, at least a day after they're born. Sometimes the day that they're born, I handle them. And I know that's not recommended. I'm sure that'll probably aggravate some people, but I'm focused on having animals that are gentle and kind, and I feel like the best bet for that is to handle them. Now, Miss Clover is the only rabbit that I've ever had babies, and that works for her, but that might not work for all the does that I might have on the farm. I might not be able to handle their babies, right soon after they're born, but it works for her. She's a really gentle rabbit, and she doesn't mind me handling the babies at all. And so hopefully that'll work with Pipsqueak. But anywho, I told the squirrel, I said, I've handled, the babies very soon after he was born. It was the next day, actually, that I started handling him, handling the whole litter, all the kits. And so I told her, he's pretty gentle. And she asked for more pictures, and of course I sent her more pictures, and she just fell in love with him. And he drove 2 hours to come pick up Mr. Wilbur, and so I knew that he was going to a good home. Funny story though, we saved Mr. Wilbur back because he didn't sell. We saved him back to eat, and we never got to eating. But I'm glad. That's why I named him Wilbur. I named him Wilbur because if you've ever watched Charlotte's Web, Wilbur was the pig that she saved from being killed. And so that's why I named him Wilbur, because it just so happened it got too hot. And so that spared Wilbur's life. And so he is living his best life with multiple other rabbits, getting potty trained and running around the house. And she said that he thinks that he we're in Kentucky. She said that she thinks, or he thinks that he owns the place. And so, anyways, he's ended up in a wonderful place, a wonderful home. So I'm thankful for that, and I'm glad that he got to go somewhere that he's going to be loved and cared for. Oh, awesome! That's great. We're in the eastern part of Kentucky, actually, around the Lexington area. Yeah, she said that he was. She said that he thinks that that is his house, and that he can do whatever he wants. Yeah, he's full. She's working on potty training him, and this is why it's so important to me to raise gentle animals and to raise kind animals. Well, this is one of the reasons. First off, and I talk about this all the time, and people probably get tired of me hearing about it. I've heard and seen pictures and heard of people talking about rabbits sending them to the emergency room. We're in Ashland. Cool beans. Because a rabbit has, bit their finger almost off. Bit clean into their finger and then having to get stitches to hold their fingers on. Yeah, Ashland's pretty close. Happen to get they will do damage, y'all. They will bite and scratch and hurt. I've got scars. I don't know. Y'all probably can't see them. I've got scars on my arm that might fade away, might not, because they were really deep for moving rabbits. And they don't intentionally scratch you like that, but if you have one that is easy to handle, that is handled a lot and loved and cared for, you're going to be more likely to have people come back to you and asking for more rabbits. And so that's what she did. Yeah, they scratch bad. I've got scars. When I'm handling them a lot, I usually have scratches on me. But these scratches were enough to scar me, and were really deep. And so the more you handle your rabbits, the less likely you'll be having. Say happy birthday. She can move really fast. Yeah, they can. And they can hurt you very bad. And so, anyways, she messaged me. She sent me pictures of him and told me how well he was doing, and that he was adjusting really well. And then she said, the next time you have a litter, I want 2 more. And so if you raise animals the right way, if you take time and put care into them, although we do raise animals with the intentions of eating them, in a lot of cases, we want to give them the best life that they have while they're here. Just because an animal, um, well, you hear about homesteaders talking about they only have one bad day. They only have one bad day, and that's the day, that they, are going to become food for you. And so, why not give them the best opportunities while they're here, give them the best care while they're here, and just let them have that one bad day. And sometimes it's not even a bad day for them. Sometimes, especially with rabbits, if you handle them all the time, it's not a bad day for them. They don't know what's going to happen. And so, make their lives good. Make their lives peaceful and good. And so that's my goal. But also with the rabbits specifically, I I haven't been able to save a rabbit back yet to eat. Um, but I have sold a lot of rabbits. Um, on the homestead that have become wonderful pets for people, and wonderful starter breeds for people, and I know that that's the time and effort that we've put in, to make those animals what they are, and people appreciate that. People appreciate you taking the time to lay foundation down. It's the same thing, if you know anything about horses, the same thing applies to horses. When you raise and breed horses, when you give that horse to somebody or sell that horse to somebody, a lot of times they're going to expect you to lay the ground rules out for them, set up the groundwork, teach them to pick up their feet, and teach them to maybe put a saddle on their back, or teach them to lead with a rope, because that's not stuff that just comes naturally to a wild animal. That's stuff that you have to teach them. It's intentional. And so I want our homestead to be intentional in everything that we do. And while I'm talking about that, I'll go ahead and refer to a video I posted this week. And it was talking about multi-purpose animals. And what that means to, sorry guys, my face is twitching. What that means to have a multi-purpose animal on your farm. My goodness. What that means to have a multi-purpose animal on your farm. And we intentionally and am I saying that right? And unintentionally, but mostly intentionally, pick animals on our farm that we could use for multi-purpose. Those main purposes being to sell and to eat, or to eat a product from them. So the big stock chickens, obviously, you eat their eggs. You can also eat big stock chickens for meat. The rabbits, you can eat the rabbits. You can have them for resale. Also, the chickens you can have for resale. The goats, they're meat goats, so you can eat the goat, or you can sell them for meat. Some of our animals are 4-H quality tapered boar goats, so that they can go be a 4-H animal. And so when you set up a homestead, when you set up a farm, when you set up something that you're going to be living off of, or doing your best to sustain yourself off of, not that we're quite there yet, I'd love to be there. I actually texted my mom and my sister this week, and I said, guys, my pantry, 90% of the things in my pantry are things that we have either grown or bought and I've put up in cans. And so things that, like apples that we ended up buying, or growing the tomatoes and things like that. Do you ever sell goats? Yes. Well, yes and no. We bought goats. We have goats for sale. But right now the market's actually really, really bad for boar goats. And so they're not selling very well this year. 2 years ago, you could sell a boar goat and make your money back and then some. Yes, we do. We hunt a tiny bit, mostly squirrel. Um, we don't. We haven't done. I haven't done very much deer hunting. My husband has, but we kind of strayed away from the deer meat. But that's something that we're looking into starting back again. And so, mostly squirrel hunting. That's mostly what we do. We squirrel hunt and then and put it back. Um, well, we'll eat it, but also we put it. We squirrel hunt for freezer meat as well. Well, if you're in the market for some boar goats, you can. My email is located in the info or the about me section. We do whitetail, rabbit, and pheasant. That's neat. We don't really have pheasants around here that I know of. Um, Turkey's a big thing in our area, but we're not fans of turkey meat and fish. Yeah, we fish a lot. Yeah. If you want to call that hunting, if we're going to put it in the category of hunting, yes. Yes. We put fish in the freezer and fish. Um, well, like I was saying, sorry. If you are in the market for goats and you are interested, yeah, y'all were thinking alike. Please shoot me an email, and hopefully we can get together if you're interested in registered and non-registered boar goats because we have both. Um, yeah, y'all were thinking just alike. Yes, fishing is the uh, one of the number one. I won't say the number one, but one of the number one pastimes, and for our family. Not necessarily a food source. We could probably make it a pretty good food source, except that baby's waking up. All right. Well, we love y'all. Um, could be a food source if we did it more or did it for non-recreational reasons. We like crappie and bluegill, and as you probably know, crappie, there's certain times that crappie and bluegill are more likely to be caught in large amounts that are good size. We don't really like bringing home crappie that are small and having to go through the whole process of, cleaning and doing all that. No bluegill. Oh no, no, oh no, that's so sad. Bluegill and crappie are our favorite. Crappie is probably my favorite though. If I had to choose between bluegill, y'all got crappie, right? If I had to choose between bluegill and crappie, crappie would probably be my favorite. Although, out of the big fish, muskie is my favorite. Trout, salmon, and striped bass. No crappie! Oh no! That's no bueno. That's no bueno. Man, have you ever tried crappie or bluegill? Because that's where it's at. Oh. Y'all are missing out on the good ones. I've never had trout. I've had salmon. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it seemed like I'm trying to. Yeah, catfish is okay. I can eat catfish, but catfish is not my favorite. I would like to try trout. That is something I have not tried. That is something I have not tried. Um, Catfish is okay. Um, I don't like no mud cat or nothing like that. Like a blue cat. But catfish is okay. It's not my absolute favorite. I'd soon have crappie or bluegill out of the smaller size fish, but the larger fish is my favorite is muskie. Hands down, is muskie. Now, out of saltwater fish, I like flounder. My father-in-law lives in Florida, and he brought us up some flounder. Cod. I think I've had cod. I believe I have. With the fish flavor out. Yeah, it is good, crispy. I'm picky about fish. When me and my husband got together, I said, honey, I don't like fish. I do not like fish. But what it was is I'd never had fish cooked right. I'd never had fish cooked right. It was always like slimy and mushy and stuff like that. You have seen trout, you just don't remember. Missouri has a lot of trout. I took you to the hatchery one time. Did I eat it, Mom? Have I eaten any trout? That's my mom telling me the things that I don't know about myself right there. I've never had dough-daddies. Hi, Maddie. Nothing much. We're talking about fishing. You can join right in. We're talking about our favorite fish to eat. Yeah, I don't think I've eat trout. Is that what we're talking about, Mom? Yeah. I don't believe I have. If I have, I didn't know it. But like I was saying, when me and my husband got married, I kept telling him I don't like fish. And it was just, I guess that I might have ate it when I was younger, Mom. You might be able to tell me whether I ate it or not. My dad is a bass fisherman. Full out bass fisherman. He always has been. He loves bass. But to be honest, I don't like the taste of bass. It's okay, but it's just not my favorite. Like I said, I like the crappie and the bluegill and muskie. If you've never had muskie is like, they have a double rib, so you gotta kind of cut it a certain way. But the meat is like this thick. Nothing better. I'm gonna have to try it. You done talk me into it. I'm gonna have to try it. I'm gonna have to make my husband get me some. We didn't eat it much. Just, yeah, cotton cloth. What's a shore lunch? Is that like where you eat next to the water? You got all kinds of terms I've never heard of. Where's the use pancake batter and beer? What does the beer do for the pancake batter? I've heard of people using it. Is it kind of like when you does it make the batter like what is the word I'm trying to think? Like restaurant batter? Is that what it does for it? Like Long Johns or something like that? A shore lunch is where you cook the fish right up on a shore. You catch it on the campfire. See, you got all kinds of terms I've never heard. That's what I was thinking it was. Yeah, what? Please enlighten us what the beer does for the batter. Because me and Chastity don't know. I know, I've heard of people doing it, but I ain't never done it. I've never had it that way, I guess. I don't think. Maybe unbeknownst to me, I don't know. But anyways, I think I was talking about the muskie. Same as water, just mix it up, and you can dip the fish in it. Okay. Does it change the batter to like, does it make it, you know, like Long John Silver, how it gives it a little bit of flavor. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's like a flavoring. I use milk to get the fish flavor out of the catfish. Okay. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. It's interesting. Catfish with raw onion and bacon grease. It's a southern breakfast. I've never had it like that, actually. I've never had it like that. It is cozy. You want to know why? Because nobody's here. I got the house to myself, Cassidy. Nobody's here. And so I got my candles lit and the lights on. Got my little, let me see if I can turn you. I got my string lights up. We're just living our best life over here. All by ourselves. Oh, I turned the volume down. What I said is I got my string lights up and I'm living my best life right now, all by myself. So they come in. Then I guess it'll be my other best life. But right now it's peaceful. I cherish the moments that I'm here by myself because it's very rare. Hardly ever happens. But they're over at the farm and Gina is feeding them meatloaf, I believe. And so they're probably doing alright. They didn't starve or nothing. I've never had the catfish with raw onion and bacon grease. I've never heard of that. That sounds very interesting. What's some other fish recipe, guys? Some interesting fish recipes. While we're on the topic of fishing, though, I like the bacon grease idea. Where's Ollie? He's over here, Mom. Come here. Come on. Let me grab him. Oh, here he is. He needs a bath, but there he is. Bye. He needs a haircut and a bath, but he's here. He was peacefully sleeping, Mom. You made me wake him up. He's being quiet. Well, yeah, because the house is quiet. He ain't got nobody bothering him. He's just trying to lay down and rest. Come on. Come on. There he is. Mimi wanted to see you. He needs a bath, and it's been raining, so he's dirty. It seems like, though, no sooner I give him a bath, we could be in the middle of a drought, and I give him a bath, and Papa Joe says hi. Hi, Joe! No sooner I give him a bath, it rains. We could be dead in a drought, and usually that's what happens. Bury the fish in the rocks and cook it on coals on the shoreline. Sear gives flavor. Okay. Well, y'all know stuff I don't know. That's interesting. That's interesting. I guess that's not something that's readily practiced around here. Putting beer in it. I've heard of it though. I don't know anybody that does it. Does it make it taste like beer though? Does it give it like a beer flavor? No. Okay. Might be something somebody wants to try. That's interesting. Maybe a hint, but not much. Huh. I would think, honestly, it would change, in my mind, I'm thinking it would change like the texture of the batter. Anybody got any, since we're talking about cooking it on the shore, on the shoreline, how come we don't like deer meat? Well, I like deer meat. My husband has not had good experiences with deer meat, and it's because the people that he's had um, make it, I guess, didn't know how to make it. Now, I've had bad deer meat. I've ate deer meat from people that do not know how to cook it. Um, and it was chewy. I like to never got it swallowed. But um, with us, we've been talking about it. I've been trying to talk him into it for years to go out and get us a deer. Um, and so he's thinking he's interested in doing. Hey, Tiny. He's thinking of bow hunting. Is what he's in. In order for him to go deer hunting, he has to buy him a bow. Really, I think it's just because he wants something new. Um, just need a good butcher that will cut all the fat off. Um, well, here's the thing. If this is how my mind works. If we were to get a deer this year, I want to learn how to cut it up. And we have a friend who is a butcher. That's what he does for a job. And so I'm hoping that if we do get a deer, that he can teach us how to cut it up and do all that stuff. I tried to cook deer roast one time. It was disgusting. We use the burger. Oh, we'll use the burger. Um, can I get a shout out? Um, well, there's some inappropriate comments coming up through here. So let's keep the comments appropriate, please, um, and nice and kind. Um, this is a Christian channel, so if we're going to be commenting on here, I want polite comments, please. Um, let me see. I've got to remove some comments here. So if we was to get a deer this year, he for one he wants a new toy. He wants a bow, and I would like to learn how to cut the deer up, for sure. Let's see. I'll cover my halibut with light layer of mayo and add raw onion. You can do the same with flounder. I had flounder. Listen, I had flounder for the first. We went on vacation in August, and my father-in-law came up. Yes, I want to learn that too. Yeah, I feel like that's a wonderful skill to learn. And if you've got the meat laying in front of you, if you've got the animal laying in front of you, which from what I understand, pretty much any four-legged animal that you butcher is going to be the same. Like the things are in the same spot. So, but all the parts are in the same spot. The parts you want to like avoid, and all that is in the same vicinity, in the same area. It's gonna be pretty close. Yeah. But like I was saying, I had flounder for the very first time. My father-in-law came up from Florida, and he brought flounder, and it is delicious. Delicious. It's so good. But all we did, we fried it. We cornmeal, flour, and then seasoning was the batter, and then we fried it in peanut oil. It was really, really good. I'm not a shrimp eater, so he brought up 50 pounds of shrimp. Um, and of course, we, invited people over, and then, a lot of the shrimp we split up between, family members and put our freezer full of shrimp. But me, myself, I do not like shrimp. My husband and Lakin like shrimp a lot, but I don't. Hi, Sonny. Thanks for joining. Woohoo! Love your channel. That's my husband. Andy, I'm bragging about how you all aren't here and how the house is peaceful. Listen, Ollie ain't even barking. He's laying down. He's going to sleep. Thanks for showing up. I didn't tell him I was going live, so he He didn't even know. Here he is. Just a richer flavor. Yeah, I'd never heard of put mayonnaise on it. Sorry, been watching movies. That's okay. It's a good day to watch movies. It's rainy and it's a good day to watch movies. That's okay. We've only been on here for 40 some minutes. And we're talking about fish. So, Drew, if you've got anything to add about fish, have we ever had trout? I'll just ask you. Mom said that I never had trout growing up. I can't remember if we have like made trout, but you would know that. Hi, Hayden. And eating chili. Oh man. You know I was gonna either make chili or tacos tonight, Sonny, but I didn't because I'm all by myself, home alone. And I even thought on the way here, I'm going to make tacos anyways without them. And they can just have them tomorrow, but I decided not to. It made me miss out on chili and tacos. I'm going to get me a drink, guys. I need an excuse to go fishing. Seems now I have one. So, family trails, it looks like we haven't had trout. But here he is. He needs an excuse. You should. That's right, not at the farm. It's popular here. Chili today sounds perfect. It was such a fall looking. What'd you have for supper, Cassidy? Have y'all had supper yet? Is coming up. We still fix chili for Halloween. If someone doesn't know how to field dress with you, it won't be good meat. I can see how that's, but we're doing cabbage and sausage and pizza for the kids. That sounds good. I don't know who recommended it. Somebody recommended on my video. I had made Polish sausage and then I just made fried taters. Well, I had my Polish sausage, onion and pepper in a pan, and then I did fried taters in another pan, and somebody said, just put them together. Just put your Polish sausage and your onion, cabbage rolls. They probably ain't talking about cabbage rolls. Cabbage and sausage. They're probably not talking about cabbage rolls, but cabbage rolls are delicious. I'd never had a cabbage roll before I got with my husband, and he said, try this, because I was like, ooh, that just sounds gross. But I tried it, and they're really, really good. How are you making your cabbage and sausage, Cassidy? Tell us. We want to know. But we were making fried taters, just fried cabbage and sausage. Oh, okay. So you're just frying it. Oh, I love fried cabbage. We got our last cabbage out of the garden, guys. Our last cabbage of the year out of the garden. The cabbage didn't do very well this year. At the farm, it did horrendous. The bugs would not leave it alone. We should have done a later crop of cabbage, but we did not. And so I got my last cabbage out of the garden before this cold weather hits, which cabbage would be alright with the cold weather, but I wanted to make some vegetable soup. And so the vegetable soup was 100%, everything was out of the garden. I didn't put no meat in it. And so the tomatoes were out of the garden, the corn, the green beans, the cabbage, everything was out of the garden. Well, I take that back. I just lied. Forgive me. The onion was not out of the garden. But everything else. The pepper, the onion, the cabbage. With some cabbage rolls and got food. Oh no. I can fully understand. I can understand that. Eating something and, yeah. No good. No bueno. Phil and Ashley made it. LOL, but we literally just asked sauces to chicken. Frying pan with some sort of oil or best of all baking grease. Best of all baking grease. how we do our cabbage, our fried cabbage, is we take salted pork and cook it in the bottom with some onion, and then cut up our cabbage, pepper, and onion, and put it on the top. Sound like somebody's here. And put it. Hello, queen. I'm not a queen, but I appreciate the sentiment. And just a little bit of bacon grease in the bottom. And then cut up the cabbage. Sorry, misspelled words, but that's okay. We understood. Put up the cabbage and put the lid on it. Let it cook down. And it is delicious that way. And of course, we put Cody's Satries on it and season it real good with salt and pepper and stuff like that. And so, it's on point when you cook it like that. And then, if we got fried cabbage, we gotta have fried taters. And so, we'll fry our taters up with our fried cabbage. And usually, if we're doing fried cabbage and fried taters, we gotta do fried pork chops. So, we do fried pork chops too. Everything's fried. That's probably why. That's probably why we look the way we look, y'all. It's because we fry everything. It's like when you go to those, like, fairs or stuff like that, and they got the food trucks, and they got, like, fried Oreos and fried pickles and deep fried onions. And y'all want to know what I go for? The deep fried onions. That's what I go for. Now, I can't just eat into an onion, though. I know some people can, like my husband, he can eat into an onion like an apple, and he'd be okay. He doesn't do it very often, but he can do it and be okay with it. I can't do that, but you deep fry onions, and I can do that. I had onions, well, they're like deep fried onions, similar to deep fried onions, a year or so ago, like I'd never had. And so fried pickles are what they are. They're really, really good. Mom, have you ever deep fried pickles? Because all you need is pancake batter. I made deep fried pickles with a friend of mine a few years back, and they used pancake batter, dipped it in pancake batter, and dropped it down in the oil and fried it, and it was so good. But anyways, I can't remember what I was saying now. Need to try that. Oh, they cut up the onion. So, instead of dipping the whole onion down and frying it, they cut it into long strips. Like you would an onion. And then they deep fried the strips. And the number one problem, if y'all haven't had a deep fried onion, like the whole deep fried onion, the number one problem when you get them in like those fairs and stuff, they soak up grease. And so the bottom, like the center and the bottom, you can't eat it. It's like nothing but grease. But if you do them like that, obviously they're not going to have all the grease in it. I'm thirsty for some reason. So I know some people are from here, but some people ain't. So how's the weather like where you all are at? Our week, this week, let's see. It rained yesterday. No, I didn't. Oh. Well, you need to try them at home, Mom. I get it. I get it. What am I talking about? So the weather this week has been, the last 2 days has been still warm. Ours is getting, is your all's temperature getting ready to drop? See, ours is getting ready to drop. Coming into this next week, like our lows are going to be in the 20s, I think. The last time I checked it, one of our nights is going to be like 27 or something. I think. It's either 27 or 37. It's going to be low. And so, I'm not looking forward to it. It's still warm here just yet. May snow Tuesday. See? Ugh. I don't want it to. And see, the thing about it is we've had all this rain, and so it seemed like this weather just like come up on us. Like it's been really, really warm, and so we put projects off. Like we need to get a big round bale in there with the goats, but it's been raining now, and so we have to do a whole setup for the goats. And it's been raining, and so we can't get in there, and we got to pull either the four-wheeler or the truck into the goat pasture. in order to get the hay bale in, the big round bale in there for the goats, and it's been wet, and so the ground's really soft where you go in the gate, and so it's just going to be a mess trying to get that bale in, and we need to get it out there when it gets cold. So we've got ourselves in a pickle putting stuff off we shouldn't have been. Mom, you're talking about deep fried pickles, and now I'm craving deep fried pickles. Well, I guess I was talking about them, but now I want them. I'm probably going to have to make me some deep fried pickles. That'll be my supper. While they're off having meatloaf, probably mashed potatoes and stuff, I'm going to have deep fried pickles for supper. They're going to be jealous. They're going to be jealous. That's what they get, though. That's what they forget. Sonny, are you still here? I gotta take off. Had lots of fun. See you next time. Alright, we'll see y'all next time, Lord willing. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you showing up. It was wonderful. You taught me all kinds of stuff. And so I appreciate it. I thank you for showing up. And keep posting good videos, because they're very entertaining to me. I appreciate you showing up, though. I appreciate it a lot. We'll see ya. Alright, y'all. Let's see, yes. Just filling out the kids' school stuff. Oh. Well, I was just wondering what movies you were watching. That was so important that you couldn't come talk with your sister. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Totally. I appreciate everybody that showed up and left a comment and been here. Okay, so he's keeping the baby entertained. Sonny's filling out school stuff for the kids. Mom's got me craving deep fried pickles. The Craft. I ain't heard of it. Is it supposed to be a scary movie? I can't think of what that is. The Craft. Well, I guess if you all enjoyed it, rainy day movie. You're going to have to make some deep fried pickles with me too. Because Mom's done talked me into probably making some. You probably don't remember it. I probably don't. I don't remember it. It seemed like that title seems familiar, but I don't remember it, no. Oh. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now. I never did watch it. Down for some fried chicken. Yeah. Yeah. I was telling Mom that you can put them in pancake batter. And I got the stuff to make a pancake batter. And so, I'm probably going to make that. Well, guys, we've been on here for about 54 minutes. We're over it now. And so I think I'm going to sign off here. I think we've had some good laughs and had a lot of good conversation about fish. You've done talked Andy into wanting to fish some trout. And so hopefully he's going to feed me some trout. And we're talking about fried pickles. And so now I'm craving trout and fried pickles. Probably not that combination together, but Andy says, woohoo! I think that's him waiting out in the driveway. I hear a vehicle, and so I think he's waiting on me to stop so that he can come in the house. But I appreciate everybody showing up. Cold here. but low of 28 on Wednesday. Bless y'all's heart. I think we're going to be suffering with you. Well, guys, I think Andy's waiting out there, and we've been up here for a while. So I think I'm gonna head out, but I appreciate everybody coming out and supporting our page and supporting us, and y'all are the best. My family's the best, and y'all that follow along with us, y'all are the best. I appreciate every single one of you all, and I appreciate y'all watching the videos and the support. It means so much, but we're gonna say goodbye here, and hope that we can see you on the next one. Guys, I've got a video, Lord's willing, should be posted tomorrow. I got a notification while I was on here about us canning apples. This is part 1 of us canning apples. So if you want to watch that, I would appreciate it greatly. But we're going to say goodbye, and I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope that we can see you on the flip side. We'll see you later. Bye. Yeah, he's here.